Welcome to the KIS Investing Friday the 13th Masters Edition Week in Review. What a week again we've had. We started the week with a bang with the Pfizer news, and we ended the week with a bang with the Masters. And very exciting times. So, without further ado, let's go and take a look at what happened in this week in review. It all started Monday with the announcement of Pfizer and its vaccine. And the market just ripped up higher. They ripped up higher, and then on Monday at the middle of the day, the market sold off. And it took until Friday to get back the previous highs of the market. But this Pfizer vaccine is a game changer. It gives us hope that someday we can go back to our normal and regular life. Now, the second important news of the week. After almost 2 weeks since the election, we finally get some resolve from Arizona, from Georgia, from Pennsylvania, from Nevada, from North Carolina. And finally, President-elect Joseph R. Biden it seems that he's going to take office in January 20th. But of course, President Trump and his followers do not seem to want to accept this result, even though it's a clear and very by 306 electoral votes, which curiously, it's the same amount of votes that President Trump won with 4 years ago. And also Trump won, if you remember, by the thinnest of margins, only 50,000 votes if you added up all the states where he was leading. And the third important news item of the week are the COVID cases in the US, which are exploding. Just 10 days ago, we were at 80, 90,000. We're now at 163,000. And it's projected that they could reach 200,000 by the end of next week, and even 300,000 if more strict measures are not implemented. But guess what? The market doesn't care. The stock market doesn't care. There's no stimulus, Mr. S&P doesn't care. There's a lot of COVID cases, Mr. S&P doesn't care. The only thing that the S&P cares about is, I think, that the Senate is going to stay in the hands of the Republicans, and the presidency is going to be under President Biden. So for now, the stock market is not paying any attention in the COVID cases. This could change very, very fast. Now let's take a look at what happened in the indices for the week. We can see the strongest index was the Russell. It was up 6%, and the weakest was the Nasdaq, 1.27%. We heard all week the rotation from growth to value. Growth to value. What does this mean for us, the regular investor? What it means is people are selling off their tech winners, including all the Fang Stocks and the Nasdaq, and they're buying the dogs. The dogs are financials. The dogs are energy. And you can see them represented in the Russell index more strongly than in the other indices. That's why the Russell was up huge and the Nasdaq was down, surprisingly down. And that is what is called a rotation from growth to value. Here we can see that Mr. S&P doesn't care. The Fed is not providing extra stimulus. There's no stimulus from the Congress, and there's huge COVID cases. The S&P doesn't care. Just take a look at this. The S&P is hitting all-time highs, and they really don't care about anything. Now let's take a look at what happened in the last 30 days. The last 30 days, again, we can see here the rotation even more clearly in a 30-day period. Because when have we seen the Nasdaq down for 30 days? I don't remember the last time the Nasdaq was down for 30 days, not even in March. And look at the Russell, just flying up 6% in the last 30 days. Now let's take a look at the year. But in the whole year, we can see clearly that the Nasdaq still is the huge winner, up 36% for the year. And finally, we have all the indices, all of them, up for the year. The Dow up 3%, the Russell up 6%, and the S&P 500 having a very solid year, up 11%. Now let's take a look at the sectors inside the S&P. And here you can see clearly what I'm talking about rotation. So when they talk about rotation, you can understand what the heck is going on. Which is the weakest sector? XLK. Even though it was green, it was the weakest sector. The previous winner is now the laggard. And which were the two worst sectors to be invested in the last 5 months? Energy and financials. And look at it. The two biggest winners for the week were energy and financials. Now, energy is surprising to me because if COVID generates more lockdowns, the demand for oil is gonna slag. Energy is getting doubtful to me. If you want to rotate, I would rotate from technology into financials. That seems like a solid trade to me. Now let's take a look at the Fang stocks. And again, Google was, for the second week in a row, Google was the strongest of the Fang stocks. And Tesla, surprisingly, was the weakest. And remember, if people are rotating from these, their previous winners, into the dogs or the value stocks, energy and financials, these stocks will probably tend to underperform the markets. So just be careful if you are heavily invested in these types of stocks, like I know many of you are right now. Now let's take a look at the anti-bubble positions. And I have highlighted my 4 favorite sectors to be involved in right now in the market. Of course, you know I like tips because I think inflation is coming. Of course, I like gold, but in this case, corn, which is the yellow gold, the gold that we can eat. I love corn. And also the utilities that are up huge, but you should be able to buy them on any dip. And one of my favorite metals right now is copper, even a little bit more than gold. I know gold gets all the news, but right now these are my favorite sectors: copper, utilities, corn, and tips. Remember, try to buy these on any dip, any opportunity. And I also believe that the US dollar is going to keep devaluing, and the other currencies like the euro, etc., are going to stay strong for the time being. That's why I think all the things in this page, rare metals, wood, gold, soybeans, etc., all these should work. I'm just trying to tell you which are my 4 favorites for the week right now. Thank you very much for watching this week's Market in Review. If you like this video, please consider sharing it. Also, don't forget to click like and subscribe, as it helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to learn about personal finance and how to become a millionaire, click below for my free course link. Also, if you want to open a tastyworks account, please find my affiliate link below. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck trading, and remember, you gotta risk it to get the biscuit, baby.